What if speed could breathe? What if machines had soul? In an age dominated by computers and conformity, one man dared to dream differently, and the result wasn't just fast, it was alive. From the mind of Horacio Pagani came something that didn't follow trends, it bent them. Carbon fiber wasn't just used, it was celebrated. Every panel sculpted like a piece of art, every detail born from obsession. This wasn't built in a boardroom. This was handcrafted in Medina, where passion still matters. A twin-turbo AMG V12 growling beneath a skin so intricate, it looked carved by the wind itself. And then came the movement, the flaps dancing with every breath, the cockpit like a luxury spacecraft, and the sound, oh, the sound raw, pure, operatic. The Huayra wasn't just a car. It was a manifesto. A fusion of engineering, beauty, and madness. Not just performance, but poetry, written in titanium bolts and aerodynamic curves. This is not your average hypercar story. This is the story of the Pagani Huayra. Before the Huayra, before even the Zonda, there was just a boy in Argentina with a dream. Horacio Pagani wasn't born into wealth, but into curiosity. A fascination with Leonardo da Vinci's principle that art and science are one and the same. That obsession became his compass. He built race cars out of wood in his teenage years. Taught himself engineering. And with nothing but ambition, he wrote to Lamborghini asking for a chance. They said no. So, he packed his life into a suitcase and moved to Italy. No promises, no safety net, just talent. And eventually, Lamborghini said yes. There, Pagani helped shape icons like the Countach Evoluzione, where he pushed for the use of carbon fiber. But the company wasn't ready to follow his vision. So he left. And started his own. In a small workshop with borrowed money and massive faith, he founded Medina Design, and later, Pagani Automobili. His goal wasn't to be the fastest. It was to create the most beautiful machines the world had ever seen. And in 2011, after years of sketches, wind tunnel tests, and sleepless nights, the Huayra was born. The Huayra isn't just styled, it's shaped. Every surface, every curve, every intake was carved by the wind itself. Aerodynamics wasn't an afterthought, it was the muse. At the heart of its shape, active aerodynamics, flaps that rise and fall like wings, responding in real time to speed, braking, and cornering. The Huayra was the first road car to use the system with such elegance and precision. Its name, borrowed from the Andean god of wind, is no accident. This machine breathes with the road. Pagani blended organic beauty with aerospace aggression, gull-wing doors that open like sculpture. Side mirrors shaped like a woman's eye. Tail lights that mimic jet turbines. Inside, it's pure obsession. Hand machined titanium bolts. A gear shifter exposed like clockwork. Leather stretched and stitched with the care of a bespoke suit. No screen dominates the dash, only gauges that feel like jewelry. The Huayra is not just a car. It's an ode to movement. To art. To the wind itself. Underneath that sculpted carbon skin lies a monster. One not born in Italy but forged in Affolterbeck, Germany. Pagani turned to Mercedes-AMG, not for convenience, but for brilliance. The result? A hand-built, twin-turbocharged 6.0-liter V12. 730 horsepower. Over 1000 nanometers of torque. Instant, relentless power delivered with a soundtrack that blends thunder and opera. But this wasn't just any AMG engine. It was crafted specifically for Pagani with unique tuning, lightweight components, and a soul of its own. And unlike the trends of the time, there was no dual clutch, no electric motors. Pagani kept it raw, a 7-speed automated manual gearbox, giving feedback, giving feeling. It wasn't the fastest shifting system on paper. But it gave you time to breathe, to feel the car talk to you. To make every shift an event. Acceleration. Neck snapping. Top speed? Over 370 kilometers per hour. But the Huayra wasn't chasing numbers, it was chasing an experience. And in that pursuit, it became unforgettable. Step inside the Huayra, and you're not in a car, you're in a cathedral of craftsmanship. There's no plastic. No shortcuts. Everything you see, touch, and even smell was obsessively designed to stir the soul. From the exposed gear linkage, milled from solid aluminum, to the handcrafted leather wrapping every surface, Pagani didn't just build an interior, he sculpted it. Each titanium bolt, engraved and numbered. The air vents, inspired by jet turbines. Even the dashboard reads like an instrument panel of a vintage aircraft mixed with futuristic elegance. And yet, it's not just for show. The cabin is built around a driver, low seating, perfect visibility, and every switch placed with intent. You don't just sit in a Huayra, you become part of it. Wrapped in a cocoon of art, engineering, and emotion. It's the kind of place that reminds you this machine was built by hands, not mass production. A love letter to those who believe driving should be a sensory journey. Underneath the flowing body lies a monster, a 6.0-liter twin-turbocharged V12, hand-built by AMG, specifically for Pagani. It doesn't scream like a Zonda. It growls. It surges. 730 horsepower. 738 lb-ft of torque. A tidal wave of power, ready at any throttle input. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour? Just over 3 seconds. Top speed? Around 370 kilometers per hour. But stats don't tell the story. What matters is how it delivers seamless, elastic, devastating acceleration that feels like the car is warping time around you. But Horacio wasn't chasing numbers. He was chasing balance. Feel. Drama. That's why the Huayra isn't just fast, it's alive. The 7-speed single-clutch gearbox? Some called it old school. But Pagani chose it for weight, and tuned it for emotion. Each shift punches like a heartbeat, not a blur. This isn't a car you drive with your head. It's a car that grabs your chest and drives your soul. The Huayra wasn't mass-produced. It wasn't meant to be. Only 100 coupes. A handful of BCS roadsters. Tricolory. Codalunga. Each one, a handcrafted sculpture of speed. It didn't just raise the bar, it carved its own. Pagani showed the world that passion still mattered. That in an industry rushing toward electric silence, there was still room for soul, detail, and obsession. Collectors chased it. Critics praised it. Competitors respected it. The Huayra proved that art and engineering don't have to compete, they can dance. The Huayra wasn't just a car, it was a testament to the philosophy of Horacio Pagani. Where others saw engineering, he saw emotion. Where others saw limits, he saw possibilities. With its unparalleled design, performance, and craftsmanship, the Huayra will remain a symbol of what happens when vision meets engineering perfection. And while the Huayra's chapter may have ended, its legacy continues to inspire. It reminds us that true passion can't be mass-produced. It must be felt, it must be experienced, and most of all, it must be driven. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of Pagani and the Huayra, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. More iconic cars and unforgettable stories are coming your way.